It is increasingly difficult for any economy, and I'm now looking also at the European economy, in a globalized world to stay competitive. What would you say it needs?
Competitiveness is very important. Increasingly, this is about intellectual capital and it's about infrastructure. So, do you have the roads, the water systems, the power systems, the internet systems which are required, the transport hubs, the airports, etc.? That's a long term decision. And short termism in governments is being very undermining of this. That's why the Asian big economy like Singapore or China can become more competitive because they can make tough decisions on infrastructure that perhaps India is unable to make and Europe is unable to make. So this is a very big issue, and it's a very big issue for the US. Software, education is absolutely crucial. Governance, rule of law, safety, security, these are very important considerations. You cannot become competitive if people feel threatened. You cannot be competitive if people are not adequately educated. Another topic which is not discussed enough is migration. I believe that in Europe we are undermining our competitiveness by our restriction on skilled people's mobility, but also unskilled. If you look at the highly competitive places in the world, like Silicon Valley, all the iconic firms are started by migrants. Half the patents, half the innovation in the US now is attributed to migrants. Nobel Prize winners, Academy Award winners, and so on. We need to think very carefully about how we are undermining our long-term prospects by keeping skilled people out. So we need to skill people, but we also need to keep people. The universities in Europe, the research establishments are bringing a lot of people from around the world, but then we kick them out after we've educated them. Countries that don't do this, like Australia, are gaining competitiveness. So this is a very important. And then governments have to invest in research and development, and the cutting of the budgets in Europe on this, I think, is going to undermine our competitiveness. When you look at all the big innovation breakthroughs, not least in the US, and you speak to the innovators, it's a public-private partnership between government and private research. So creating these ecosystems where people want to be and finance them is vital for competitiveness. But skills, education, infrastructure, and governance, those are the crucial determinants of competitiveness.